Hello, beautiful souls. So here we are. We found some shade. It is now late in the afternoon. I just was hanging out with the baby in the car when we finished at the visitor center. As you saw, the last clip of my passport. We got the cancellations, we got the stamp, we even got an amazing sticker with Mr. Chavez's foundation flag, which was really great to now have in there as like a commemoration to even myself, my travels. That passport may be stupid to other people. Excuse me, my throat. But to me, it means so much. And I even supported the park a little bit and Mr. Chavez's resting place and his movement, because this movement is just as important or as important today as it was when it first started. So here we go. I just hope out here in California, as sad as it is to say, I hope I don't get targeted by the ICE and everything, you know, but I don't give a damn. Human rights. All right, without farm workers, there is no agriculture, there is no produce. Okay, so always remember that. So we're here today. Now in this afternoon, it is 108 degrees out here, but it actually doesn't feel like it when you're in the shade. And the car was actually really nice too, because it's partially in the shade. And I have all those fans going along with the Eva Polar little AC units. Oh my gosh, it felt so good in there. It's still, you know, it's very nice in there. So the baby girl hasn't gotten very good sleep because we were in the hotel for the past weekend. So she didn't sleep the whole time we were there. So she's getting her rest on. As you see, I have my 4 eyes going here. Now we're here today. Actually, we are right here at Mr. Chavez's beautiful final resting place along with his wife. So we're here today. I found some nice shade and I wanted to sit here and read a little bit on my phone, a little bit of information about Mr. Chavez and also his final resting place. This whole entire land that we're on right now, before it was a national monument, like right now it's a national monument, but before it was a national monument, this was his creation, this was his solace, this was where he wanted his final resting place to be. He wanted to be right here with his wife right next to him. He wanted to be here by choice. This was his place of solace and solitude. His soul and his presence is here and will be here always. It will always be here. This was literally his creation. So yes, we're going to read about his movement and what he has done and his foundations. And as we saw in the clips from the visitor center, you did see clips of all of the people who were a part of with Mr. Chavez to be the founders of this huge national movement that, again, is just as important today as ever. Oh my goodness! Oh, a bunny just ran right in front of me. I had no time to even touch the camera. Aww. You know what? I believe that's like maybe Mr. Chavez's spirit saying thank you for getting the message out. Oh my gosh. I really wish I was able to record that. I really wish I was able to record that. Everything just happened so fast. Oh my God. Let me just make sure I don't have any creepy crawlies on me up over here. Hold on, beautiful souls. Hang on. Your girl needs to make sure. Hold on. Your girl needs to make sure, you know, there's no creepy crawlies, because we about to sit here for a sec. But yeah, it actually feels really nice here in the shade. It really does. I don't know if it's his spirit making it that way or what. Ooh, there's like a big black beetle. Okay. I'm gonna take some sips and we'll get right to it. I love the terracotta pots everywhere. It's really beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. His final resting place is definitely very beautiful. These roses on both sides as well, they stay year round. absolutely gorgeous. So let's get to reading. So Cesar E. Chavez National Monument Cultural Landscape. Cesar E. Chavez National Monument, also known as Nuestra Señora Reina de la Paz, aka La Paz, is a site, and again, I'm sorry if I'm botching the pronunciation, okay? I'm trying, all right? So La Paz is a site of exceptional historic significance at the national level for its association with Cesar E. Chavez and the United Farm Workers of America, UFW. During their time at La Paz, from 1970 to 1984, the farm worker movement transitioned into a modern labor union, bringing many improvements in farm workers' lives across the nation. Cesar E. Chavez's National Monument, also known as, oh, we just read that, is located in Tehachapi Pass, situated in the Tehachapi Mountains that separate the Central Valley of California on the northwest and the Mojave Desert on the southeast. The monument, which is located northeast of the town of Keene, is operated by the National Park Service and the National Chavez Center. The building that is now the Visitor Center contains Cesar Chavez's office, which still houses original furnishings and artifacts, as well as the UFW legal aid offices. La Paz has acquired exceptional historical significance at the national level for its association with Cesar E. Chavez, one of the most important Latino leaders in the history of the United States, and for its association with the United Farm Workers of America, UFW, the first permanent agricultural labor movement union established in the history of the United States. La Paz's close association with Chavez and the UFW gives this property exceptional importance. The property's period of significance extends from 1970 to 1984, a period that represents a distinct phase in the productive life of Cesar E. Chavez and the larger history of the farm workers movement. During these years, the farm worker movement that Chavez began to lead in 1962 transitioned into a modern labor union, the UFW, which brought many improvements in farm workers' lives across the nation. The cultural landscape of La Paz reflects several periods of development that have occurred during the history of the property, including subsistence activities by native peoples, a county carry, a California state hospital, and its national significance as the home and workplace of Cesar E. Chavez and the farm worker movement. So this was their entire home. When we walked over there and did all the walking around the entire grounds, we walked the entire grounds together there and ended up back at the parking lot. So that entire grounds, all those houses you saw, those were all the workers' houses. And I did speak to the gentleman in the visitor center, and he did tell me that the Chavez's house, Mr. and Mrs. Chavez's house, it's the one that's gated. So sorry, I hit the microphone. Now, we didn't see any that's gated, but we will definitely check, that's for sure. Because I definitely want to see their home. I definitely want to see what was their home. I really do. We drove all this way, and I really want to see the place that Mr. Chavez found solace and solitude in this really crazy civil rights period, because that's exactly what we're facing now, you know? And now that I'm here, it's very hard to leave. I've been here for over 3 hours already, and it's very hard to leave. It's so peaceful. There's always something to see, some new historical information, you know, some new beauty, you know, something that is from Mr. Chavez, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I definitely see why he saw this as a place of solitude for himself. And I'm just very thankful to him. I'm very thankful to everything about him and his foundation. I really am, and his entire movement. I really, truly am very thankful for it. I really am. And something, again, that we're still fighting till this day, 2025. Isn't that crazy? Here we go. So the property's period of significance extends from 1970 to 1984, this property that we're at, a period that represents a distinct phase in the productive life of Cesar E. Chavez and in the larger history of the farm workers movement. During these years, the farm workers movement that Chavez began to lead in 1962 transitioned into a modern labor union, the UFW, which brought many improvements in farm workers' lives across the nation. The cultural landscape of La Paz reflects several periods of development that have occurred during the period of history of the property, including, we just read this. I apologize, beautiful souls. We just read this. Here we go. While the UFW began in Delano, California, Chavez began to think that a move away from their previous headquarters at 40 acres in Delano might allow the union to broaden its profile and thus improve its ability to serve farm workers in other parts of California and the U.S. Chavez also recognized a need for a personal refuge. So like I said earlier, this was his personal refuge. During the 1970s, Chavez traveled constantly, meeting with union members, labor leaders, public officials, community organizations, church groups, and industry representatives. As he endured stretches of several months during which he would spend only a handful of days at La Paz, he made the most of his time at La Paz. He spent long hours in his office with its bare floors and secondhand furniture. He also devoted his attention to strategy sessions, conferences, and meetings, but he also made time to be with his family, to walk the dirt roads, to climb the mountainsides and meditate, to read and reflect, to work in the gardens, to train his German shepherds, to attend weekly mass, and to join in celebrations, all of which he did outside of his office. Indeed, Chavez's presence outside hiking, so he did like hiking. You can tell he liked hiking. You can tell. Sharing meals, gardening, and gardening is something we would have in common. That's one of my hobbies, along with photography and hiking. So that's definitely something you see with the gardens and all the walking trails. You definitely can see that pieces of him are absolutely everywhere. And there's such a beauty to that. All right. He also made time with his family to walk the dirt, German shepherds. All right, gardening. Indeed, Chavez's presence outside hiking, sharing meals, gardening, thinking and praying helped define La Paz, just as La Paz helped Chavez define himself. That's beautiful. But La Paz was not just a place that allowed Chavez to retreat and recharge. It was a place that helped him envision new directions of the UFW. He spoke of this effort in 1975 after we've got contracts. We have to build more clinics and the co-ops. He told writer Jacques Levy, quote, then there's the whole question of political action. So much political work to be done, taking care of all the grievances that people have, such as the discrimination their kids face in school and the whole problem of the police. We have to participate in the government of towns and schools and all the boards, end quote. He continued, quote, we have to make our influence felt everywhere and anywhere. It's a long struggle that we're just beginning, but it can't be done, but it can be done because the people want it, end quote. Chavez viewed La Paz as a place in which to prepare farm workers and their allies for their struggle. It was a place where he could bring people and put them in a new surrounding where he could work with them to develop the skills necessary to move things forward. His son Paul Chavez explained, quote, and so he always had conferences here to pull people in. You could get them out of the heat, and I'm not talking about just the temperature, I'm talking about the battle of fighting. You pull them up here and give the people a chance to really disengage and take a deep breath and look at things more strategically, end quote. For Chavez, La Paz was a great place to bring people and to work with them and to teach them, prepare them, and inspire them, end quote. The acquisition of La Paz reflected the full emergence of the UFW as a permanent labor union. As his brother Richard Chavez has explained, La Paz became significant, quote, because that's where we moved when we really had arrived. We were really a serious union and we had arrived, end quote. He associated the acquisition of La Paz with the arrival of the UFW, but also with the beginning of far-reaching changes in the union. We started changing, our lives changed, and everything changed, including including our way of doing things. Many of these things turned La Paz into the crossroads of the UFW. Hundreds of men, women, and children called La Paz their home, but thousands more came from around California and the rest of the country to learn how to operate their union and to increase their own capacity to affect political and social change, end quote. As Richard's comments indicate, La Paz became the new symbol of the UFW. It became associated with the past achievements, but also new horizons. I'm sorry if you hear a train. There's I think a train passing by. I apologize. La Paz became the new symbol of the UFW. It became associated with the past achievements, but also new horizons, including the modernization of the UFW. All of the UFW central administrative staff moved to La Paz during the 1970s, including the board of directors and their offices, the accounting department, the trust funds, healthcare and pensions plans, management department, the membership department, the contracts negotiation department, the boycott organization department, the records department, wow, the training department, and in 1979, the legal department. Wow! Other organizations opened offices at La Paz as well, including the NFWSC, the union newspaper. Things are biting me. Union newspaper, El Malcriado, the Huelga. This train, sorry y'all if it's like really loud. This train would really be going by right now. Ooh, it's getting louder. Let's just wait for it to pass, shall we? Ooh, it's loud. Wow, it's loud. Oh, my baby girl's probably like, what the fuck is that noise? Oh, it's so loud and old. Shut up! We're talking about Chavez over here. Ooh, eek. Yeah, buddy. Oh my goodness. I was tucking the microphone away so at least you beautiful souls' ears don't get like shot up like mine was. Oh my goodness. Oh, my baby girl's like, what is this noise? Oh my God. All right, let's continue now. Where were we? Where in the world were we? Let's see. Oh yeah, so all those organizations and departments started here. So all those houses and buildings we were seeing, those were all those departments and everything, you know, and there was even a school for younger children, training labor contract negotiators like we read, so that's crazy. So there's in the Peace Garden, it says located west of Villa La Paz, to commemorate the 4 cultures that started the United Farm Workers movement. The meandering rock-lined paths lead the visitor to the commemorative obelisk that states, "May peace prevail on earth." But when we were walking, I didn't see any obelisk. So I will go ahead and check for all of you beautiful souls again, because we walked all over the grounds, but I didn't see any obelisk. This is a long train. All right, so under Chavez's leadership, the UFW secured unprecedented gains, oh my God, tongue twister, gains during their years at La Paz, including the passage of the first law in the continental United States. Oh my God, hang on, beautiful souls, it's loud again. Okay, this train, can you like go away? Ugh. I'm sorry, beautiful souls. It's hot. Okay. So under Chavez's leadership, the UFW secured unprecedented gains during their years at La Paz, including the passage of the first law in the continental United States that recognized agricultural laborers' collective bargaining rights, the California Agricultural Labor Relations Act of 1975, and the signing and administration of contracts that brought myriad improvements in farm workers' lives across the nation. These contracts covered more than 100,000 farm workers, raised farm workers' wages above the poverty level, replaced a labor contracting system with a union-run hiring halls, established grievances, procedures, funded health care and pension plans for farm workers, mandated the provision of clean drinking water and restroom facilities in the fields, regulated the use of pesticides in the fields, and established a fund for community service projects. The UFW directed this fund in large part toward the development of service centers that provided an array of goods and services for farm workers, including gasoline and groceries, healthcare, banking services, legal assistance, childcare, automobile repair, and low-income housing. La Paz is the property tied most closely to these developments, primarily because Chavez is relocated the UFW's administration offices at his own residence to La Paz in 1971, but also because thousands of union members themselves came to La Paz to help devise and implement organizing strategies to receive training in contract administration and to strengthen their sense of solidarity. This spectrum of activity and achievement has given the property connections of 4 areas of significance. Oh, is the camera still going? Okay, good. Sorry, just want to make sure it hasn't overheated. Overall, the monument, okay, no, that's not where we were. The spectrum of activity and achievement has given the property connections of 4 areas of significance: the history of the agricultural industry, social history, Hispanic heritage, and political history. Overall, the monument is defined by a commemoration of an important person in United States history, the natural environment that is intertwined in the site's developed areas. Sorry, with this, it's very bright with the sun and seeing it's hard, okay, beautiful souls, sorry. And the community that left a lasting impression on the site and the nation's history. And that's that, beautiful souls. Encompassing more than 1,000 square feet, the Memorial Garden, which is where we are right now, includes the Chavez burial site. So as I read this last little part, I'll turn this around, which is overlooking right now the burial grounds right there. Encompassing more than 1,000 square feet, the Memorial Garden includes the Chavez burial site, several beds of specialized roses, and a screen of Italian cypress and rosemary. Lining the perimeter of the garden and along the lawn edges a pair of fruit trees on the north and south ends. And that is the information the National Park Service gives us for Mr. Chavez. So this area is 1,000 square feet. There's fruit trees. Yeah, so there is fruit trees, and I was wondering what all of these trees were. So that's very, 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 very interesting. And that's really cool. So beautiful souls, I hope you enjoyed that information, that very, very important historical information about Mr. Chavez and his entire movement that, again, is just as important today as it was when it first started. So without further ado, let's go and find Mr. and Mrs. Chavez's home. Until then, see y'all soon. All right, beautiful souls. So this is like an administration building here. So I just passed their house, but I just want to show y'all. This is a little past the visitor center. If you keep going instead of passing at the visitor center, this is where you will come to. The signs were saying that this way goes to La Paz. So let's see. I wanted to see if maybe before we go and look at the house, and Helen had a park. So I'm gonna stop and take a look at that. Let this car go. Hello. And let's see where this goes. It says it goes to La Paz, so we'll see. Can I just say, by the way, these Cooney fans and the upgraded Evapolar little AC unit, it's 106 degrees outside. I mean, same thing. But when I came in the waggle said it was still a nice 75. And once I came in the car, it was so nice. It felt so nice. So can I just say props to those devices for August. All right, that one on the road is a private road, so we have to keep going straight. Oh, I think that it's there, straight ahead, La Paz. So this is the La Paz area that we were reading about. So interesting. Now, while I was reading, I did realize the camera overheated, so a part of my reading did get disconnected. So rude, but what can you do? It's the heat. And hopefully the camera doesn't overheat here on the dashboard. Parking lot C, Villa La Paz. Okay, we want to go to the Villa La Paz. Is where we want to go. Oh, hold up a second. Okay. Just looking around here. Parking lot B. Wow, so there's definitely a whole lot of parking lots for visitors. That's for sure. Which, that's a good thing. Like, that's a very good thing. There's definitely no shortage in parking lots. So there's this building here, but we can keep going here on the left. Villa La Paz National Chavez Center. What in the world is this? Wow, this is such a big area. There's a walkway here, but it just walks over to the parking lots. I wonder what area this is. This is a roundabout, so we'll take it. We can't go down this road because it's a private road. So we have to go on this roundabout. I wonder where this is. What is Dios? I wonder if they're open. Shall we check, beautiful souls? There isn't really parking space that I see that's in shade for the baby, other than a couple handicap spots. I would never do this, but because there's no one else here, I am going to park in that one shaded one right here. Oh, nice. And that one is not a handicap. Oh, yes, it is. Just joking. Well, there's no one else here, so I'm not taking anyone else's spot or anything. And just doing this one time for my baby. Just to make sure she's in shade, you know. And let's check out what this building is, because I have no idea. See y'all in a second. All right, beautiful souls. Baby's in there. All right, got her food and water. Now let's check this out. This seems to be a very big piece of land here. This is by far the biggest visitor center that I've been to. Wow. This really is, I mean, national monument. Yeah, it's very big. So we just drove from up here. All right, and then we're wondering what this was, so that's what we're gonna go check out. And then there's this road that keeps going, which we will definitely try to see if we could check out. Maybe that's also part of the visitor center and Chavez's national monument. So we will definitely be checking that out. So let's see. it says here, Villa La Paz National Chavez Center. So that's where we are right now, National Chavez Center. We're at the Villa La Paz. So this is the villa that we were just reading about, La Paz. Let's see. And on our way back down from here is where Mr. and Mrs. Chavez's home is, which you will all beautiful souls see on our way back down. This is very beautiful. And apparently, before when we were walking around, we did run into their home. It was the structure that's gated. So we will definitely, you'll be seeing that coming up. So this is Villa La Paz. Villa La Paz. Oh, I forgot my actual glasses. Whoops. I only have my sunglasses on. Let's see if they're all prescription. Can't enter. Everything's full of spider webs. Let's see if maybe this door is open. No. Let's see if we could see inside. Yeah, you could see in a little bit. So this was also all the places with all of those departments and everything. So all the doors, I guess, are closed. So I guess it's not part of like the public visitor center. Probably. Let's see. Huh. There's a light on in there. We can maybe go in from the other side, possibly. This is very pretty. Oh, there's this beautiful gust of wind. It feels so good in this triple digits. Whew. But you know what? I'm so proud of me and Juliet. We're doing it, and we're doing it well. We're handling these triple digits nicely. You know, it would be nice to just like be able to stay at the coastline and everything like we were, but that's, you know, we can't. We have to, you know, we can't just stay there. But I wish we could. We have to, you know, work, get back to reality. So make this content for all of you beautiful souls. Oh, hello, chipmunk. So, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. And I'm so proud of us for really like handling it very nicely so far. Knock on wood. Yeah, we're doing well. And it just feels nice to be back in my home on wheels. Fixed everything. Got the new charging port. Story for another day, but I think I don't even want to talk about PUEDE anymore. I'm just so done. I just don't ever want to say that name ever again. But yeah, this is the turnaround that we were at. We came and turned around here just now in the clip before we parked. And this is La Paz. Very beautiful. I really do love all of these old Spanish style buildings. I really do. They're really nice. Whew. It is hot out here. Let's get in the shade. Yes. What did I almost fell on that gutter. Let's see. I don't think any of these doors, I don't think visitors are allowed inside any of these places, but still could appreciate its beauty and history regardless. Hi. Inspection grade A. Oh, this is a restaurant. Look at that. They have grade A, but they're not open today. but it's a restaurant. And that side is the empty building that we were looking at on the other side. This is very interesting. Absolutely gorgeous. It was so nice and quiet. That's why I like coming to places in the weekdays, because everyone's busy and all the doors are locked though. In this door that says employees only. What's this one? So this goes in somewhere. Question is, where does this go? Oh, it's open. Oh, nice, it was open. And we're inside La Paz, on the road to Sacramento. This is also very interesting. Nice, I'm glad we found a way. NFWA, cross, virgin, and flag. Oh. Amongst the grapevines, Pete Cardenia, Freddie Armenta. Very interesting. So the big, very interesting. All the information and history of La Paz. Augustin Lira, famous musician. Luis Valdez. Cesar Chavez himself. Marches, more amazing historical significance. Petra Saludado waving with her flag. Amazing. All the marches, all the history. This is Luis Valenzuela with the Virgin de Guadalupe. In the background is Roberto Roman and Benjamin Valenzuela. All for human rights movements and trying to get better pay and wages for the farm workers. Here's this empty room that we were looking at from the outside. This is it. On the walls is all beautiful historical pictures. All of the history of the foundation and the movement for the people, by the people. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All the historical photography from the time, representing the people, the founders, and just the people in the movement. This is Cesar Chavez himself. Rest in peace, sir. Very interesting. Beautiful little fireplace. More information on the movement. I wonder why there's nobody else here. It's like as if it's closed, but the door was open. That's where we came in from. We walked through there. That's employees only. We will not be going there. There's a restroom. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Well,
Good, thank you. Some more beautiful historical documentation of the movement by marchers and protesters and farm workers. Still significant so much today. So important. All these walls full of history of people standing up for what is right. Such beauty, such importance of history here. Again, this importance of history couldn't be more important today than it ever was, ever since the days that it first started. And Mr. Chavez, I think, would be so pissed, I think is not strong enough of a word. But he would be so sad to see everything that he has been working so hard for all being threatened all over again, once again. I think that it's a shame. You know, without our farm workers, we're not going to have our agriculture. We're not going to have anything. It's so beautiful here. Can I just say I love that no one else is here? I really love that no one else is here. It's just like employees and stuff. Love it. It's kind of like VIP. Oh, and we reached the end here. And something that's cool here too, I don't know if they're working, but there are outlets. There's outlets all throughout, everywhere when you're walking. And another thing I absolutely love is there's trash bins available everywhere throughout too. Look how gorgeous this is. How beautiful is this? No wonder Mr. Chavez found this place for solitude. There's the train tracks right there. So loud. Look at that beauty. That's gorgeous. Sorry, y'all. I think the camera overheated or something. So, but here we are. We're back. We are back. We are back. So beautiful. That's a really gorgeous view. Honestly, a lot of the places around here are just very beautiful. Can you just imagine during the spring, before the hot months of summer like we are in right now? But just imagine for a second, right now it's like spring, you know, or even like fall. Everything would be like green and beautiful, you know. Nothing would be really dried up. It'd be so beautiful. Even though this itself has its own beauty, but still, like the dryness adds all of those different colors and textures, which is beautiful within itself. But still, we need rains. I can't wait until we get our first rains. So this is a lot of fun, spending the entire day here. This was really nice. We definitely drove a long way, so it was really nice, like just spending the whole day here and showing respect to Mr. Chavez, his wife, Mrs. Chavez, and all the other founders of the movement and foundation for the labor and farm workers movement. I thought this was a very important and significant, historically significant place to come to, because this is, again, something that is threatened today, which is very sad. But here we are. And this is La Paz. So next step is gonna be Mr. and Mrs. Chavez's home. So stay tuned. All right, beautiful souls, and we're driving down that little path that continued. Oh, so that's a private road. The pavement ends up going to a dirt road, but it says private road, so we can't go there. And this also says private road, so we can't go here. So that's as far as we could go. And that's La Paz, beautiful souls. So until we get to their house, stay tuned. All right, beautiful souls, here we are. And we're at their home. Right here, beyond this gate, is Mr. and Mrs. Chavez's home, or was their home. So let's come and check it out, shall we? Lot of walking paths, a lot of spaces to go. You know your girl loves that. Just not in this triple digits, but we'll see how long we can last, okay, beautiful souls? I'll try to last for y'all. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you are enjoying my content. So here's Helen's Park. Ooh, let me try to stand in some shade. All right. Here's Helen's Park. After Cesar began organizing farm workers in 1962, Helen looked after their 8 children. Over the years, Helen also became a surrogate mother to countless volunteers who journeyed to Delano and eventually to La Paz to work for social justice. She often made seats at her table for those who wouldn't or couldn't go home for the holidays. Helen frequently cooked for weddings, baptisms, and big union events. What Helen did for her family, she did for the movement. Helen could often be found on Saturday evenings and Sundays gatherings with volunteers and visitors. Ooh, sorry, beautiful souls. Barbecuing and relaxing after a full day or a week of hard work. Even Cesar sometimes lent a hand, helping to grill chicken and meat for the group, a significant concession for the strict vegetarian. Oh, so apparently he was a vegetarian. Nice, I didn't know that. Communal meals were often served at the small park with the fieldstone grill pit next to the Cesar Chavez home. Food brings people together. What else can unite a group? I agree with that. Walk along the chain link fence to take a closer look at Helen's Park and envision a social gathering taking place here. As a reminder, this property is closed to the public. Please observe from the outside. Very beautiful. Here's a picture of the beautiful couple. Beautiful. Here's another one. Absolutely gorgeous. Here are in 2022, I guess they were doing things to preserve the park. I'm gonna zoom y'all in over here. There you go. And that is the home. So we will be walking along. We will be walking along here. So this was their home over here. There goes another train. Another loud train. So loud. Look at all these holes on the ground. Like, I gotta be careful and try to do so many things. So dangerous, so dangerous. Don't know what's a snake hole or a gopher hole. Gorgeous. This is very cool. This is all very cool that it's all preserved, can I just say. I wonder what building that is. But this is the beautiful couple's home. What a long train, it's still going. And there it is. Imagine him and his wife here having all sorts of different gatherings with people and barbecuing. I love barbecuing. Ooh. Let's check out what this building is. I think it's a bar. Or it was a bar. Maybe not anymore. Or maybe we're just here on an off day. That train is still going. Oh, there's the end of it. Wow. It's a really nice, cozy home that they had, though. So many other properties around. Random palm trees, but pretty. I guess that used to be a bar from what it looks like. Whew. Someone's on an off-roading vehicle. Do people live there? Huh. Are these people's homes? I don't think these are people's homes. This is... I don't know. I didn't say anything about people living here. I think this might be people's homes. I'm not exactly sure. I really have no idea, beautiful souls. But here was the Chavez's house. I'm trying to figure out if people live here. A bunch of sitting areas with a little garden. Aw, here's another statue of Chavez, Mr. Chavez. Or no, it's not Chavez. It's Pope John Paul II. I apologize. It's a commemorative statue. That's Pope John Paul II. Beautiful. And there's their house. Trying to see, are these part of the monuments or do people live here? I have no idea. But as we walk here, and there's the parking lot, we just went from the top and made our way here. So people are living here. That's so interesting. That's amazing. Oh, and there's a playground. Right there, that's a little playground. Aww. That was very zoomed in. That was very zoomed in, wasn't it? So yeah, it seems as though I think people might be living here. That's very interesting. Let's walk back. So these little houses over here and little villas and stuff, people are living in them. I think that's very interesting. I didn't know that people live here. What a big grounds. This is definitely the biggest national monument I've ever been to so far. I haven't been to many, but still, this is pretty big. Even has people still living here, which is amazing. Which really, really proves and holds its historical and cultural significance. This little playground is really cute too. Whew. It's nice and hot, beautiful souls. All right. And with that, let's head back. Let's head back and back. This was nice. We spent the whole day here. We saw so much. There was so much to see just in this one place. Look, there's hiking trails here because Mr. Chavez loved to hike. So there's all of these like beautiful hiking trails you can go to. Again, that's their house. This is still the garden area. Yeah, so that's very interesting that people still live here. Now that's a big hole. Oh, look at that. Look it. It's a gym sim. It's a look, beautiful souls. It's a broken piece of gypsum mixed with some kind of calcite. That's really interesting. Look, it's here too. That's so cool. We're walking along crystals. Look. That's really cool. I love that. This is all. Wow. This is amazing. Wow. Now that's cool, beautiful souls. That's really cool. Oh my goodness, look it. Wow. More hiking. Ooh. It is time to go back to the car, beautiful souls. I'm starting to get lightheaded. This is really cool that there's crystals on the ground. Like naturally. Wow, look at that. I don't even want to know what that goes to. I have no idea what that building is, but we parked there. There's another trail. Whew, it's very hot. And that's still the garden and the home. I wonder if that used to be their car that we're seeing. That would be interesting. That would be cool if that was like their personal car back then. I'm not sure. That would be definitely interesting. Whew. Yeah, I'm starting to get lightheaded from the heat, beautiful souls. So as you see, we saw the house, we found it, and that was beautiful. And Mr. and Mrs. Chavez, you know, really, they started a movement that till this day is just so important. It's just so absolutely important and significant to talk about and to stand up for. And yeah, I hope all of you beautiful souls enjoyed this. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. And remember to stay free and to stay wild, beautiful souls. Mwah. Bye.